going on, guys? Kai here. In today's video, I want to talk to you about Moonshadow Forest Battlefield that's been added to the game a couple weeks ago. I'm going to talk to you about what to get from the shop, how to level up, and what to look for when you're in the Moonshadow Forest. Let's get into it. So from right here, you'll see Battlefield right above my head. It unlocks somewhere in the chapter 4. I believe it's 4 right after Shirky. If we click Battlefield, you'll see on the right side, it'll say how long till the next interval is. All the times are in PST. If you're an EST like myself, you'll add 3 hours to it. So right over there, it says 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. So for me, it'll be 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. for the first interval of the day. And to tell you what you're looking for in the shop, and then I'll show you how the game plan works, is you want to upgrade your rank that's right behind me, and you upgrade your ranks by getting kills. As you see, 0 kills for guard, 5 kills for combatant. Then when you go to Moonshadow Shop, when you hit a new rank, you'll be able to get a Devilmon for Skystones. This Battlefield is going to be very important for Devilmon. This is one time only. This does not refresh. To my knowledge, it just says rank accomplishment effectively. The only one that does refresh is down here, Warrior and War Hero, which are Warrior 3 and War Hero, I believe, is 1,000 and 2,000 kills. Let me see. Warrior 3 is 1,000 and War Hero is 2,000 kills. That is monstrous amount of kills. But I'll show you how people are getting those. But that's what you look for. I did a separate video about what to look for in the shop, so go ahead and check that out. Win or loss in Battlefield, it's still important to do it every single day, because win or lose, you get Skystones, gold, and this shop currency up here. What do they call it? Victory seals. Now let me show you the map and what you're trying to do. Alright, so I really wanted to show you this picture right here, because this does a couple of things. One, these are the only two things you should have up in the top left hand corner. As you'll see, the very, very top left hand is the map icon, then party icon, then target icon. There's also a fourth one if you haven't completed the missions for this game mode. It'll also have a missions tab that tells you what you need to complete to get those extra Skystones. Now, why you want these two things up is, one, you always want the map up so it does a radar. As you see, the red dots are enemies and blue dots are allies. Also, in the bottom right here, you see a target list. Big issue people have is targeting in this game mode. So where you see I am right there, you see 3 enemies pop up and a monster pop up. So the 3 enemies are going to be the 2 at the top right hand corner of me, and then 1 across the crystal that way of me. And if I click their portrait down here on the phone or on the computer, then it will target that player. And if you hit the cog right above their names where it says enemies and allies, you can hit the cog, you can hit choose summoners only, as well as refresh every 6 seconds. I'll show you in game how to do that without having to be in this game mode right now. Alright, so on my side you'll see effectively the same stuff, but if I hit target over here, you'll see the same target thing shows up. You want to have it in blue say enemies, and if you hit the cog wheel, this pops up. So auto refresh means the interval of it to refresh the targets. So the lowest you can have it set is 3 seconds. So every 3 seconds it'll recharge or look for new targets. So it's not always immediate, but if you play the cat and mouse game that a lot of people do, that I'll explain in a minute, then every 3 seconds it refreshes and you can hit a new target. Then you can set a priority list of how far away they are from you, their level, or how low HP they have. Then you'll see down here, show enemy summoner, which obviously that's what you want to target, and show enemy monster, you see, is off. So that's if there's 3 enemies, you could have 3 enemies and 9 monsters clogging up the target list. Now, there can be some edge cases where you do want to target the enemy monster, but in most cases, most do not. Then to show creatures, that'll be things like bosses or minions out in the battlefield. So if you just leave all the settings exactly like this, you don't have to change it for different game modes. You can leave it exactly like this. Now let me show you how to do the game mode. All right, so we're back to this picture, and what happens is, so there's 4, 4, 4, 4. There is the starting points, then the teleporter. You come into the teleporter, which, as you see in the bottom left-hand corner, that blue circle is he teleported to his circle, and right there is a crystal. You can mine those crystals with picks. Picks have different speeds. I'll get into that towards the end of the video. And there's also monsters and barrels across the battlefield. Then when we get to the inner range in the 4 corners, you'll see right there, there's the shop icon as well as the capturing point. Once you're capturing that point, no matter how many points you have, you're going to give them to your points at the top. So let me show you that here. So there we go. You see I'm capping the 150 points above my head, and it's pretty much done. I just wanted to show you what it looks like. So once that finishes, it'll add 150 points to the blue side, putting us closer. Now, the game mode ends when one side reaches the max number of points, or the timer in the middle ends. So there's also... So when the spawn points, where the blue and red dots are above my head, right in front of them, there's the small crystals. Those are worth 40 points a pick. Every tap of it, it's worth 40 points for you. Then the ones that show up on the map, where I'm at, you can see the 3 kind of diagonally that show up on the mini map. Those are worth 70 points a pick. Every time you pick it, worth 70 points, but they have the ones by your spawn have a max of 5 picks. Though medium-sized ones have a max of 25 picks, and the big one in the middle is worth 100 points per pick, and I believe it has a number, but you're never going to reach it. I think it's like 1,000 or something. If you die, whoever killed you gets the points that you have, so you have to turn in those points as soon as possible. Now, no matter how many points you have above your head, as you see I have 150, if I had 3,000, it would take the same amount of time to turn in. I really would. That's one change I would like to see in the future, is make it faster depending on the amount of points. If I want to cap a quick 1,000, let me do it a little bit faster. If I'm holding on to 3,000 to 5,000, let it take longer to give people a chance to kill me. So even while I'm capping, if someone attacks me, as long as they can stay alive until that timer goes up, then I'm fine. Them attacking me in this circle does not stop me capturing it. If you're out of picks, you can talk to the Moon Shadow Merchant right here. He will sell it to you for gold or for skystones. There's also, as I said, the chests, the pots all around the place. They drop between 2 to 4 stacks of 25. So it's going to be from 50 to 100 just for destroying a pot. It's also a lot faster than doing the 40 points a pick for the ones by your spawn point. The monsters are going to drop anywhere from 3 to 5 things of 25, so it'll give you a lot more points. It's also a monster, so while you're killing the monster, an enemy can walk up and kill you or kill the monster before you. Now that's it for the actual strategy of the game mode. Now let's talk about some units. Units you want to bring in are ones that have strips, are going to be very, very important for things like Cleef. Even Kina or Orbia both have things you can strip off. With Orbia, when her or her monsters get low, they get shields. With Kina, if any of her monsters die, the rest of the monsters and herself get invulnerable. So having a strip effect like Juno or um, or Sekhmet, or even the light staff of both Orbia and Kina, all have strip effects. I think it's the light one for Kina, but it might be the wind one, the one that's going up to stripping 2 in the next patch. But both of them have ways of stripping things. Um, what's very, very interesting is Cleef, he might have a hard time dying because of the Endure changes coming up, but he also has a hard time doing anything in this game mode. And why I say that is he has really cool effects. So like the green weapon right here is very, very powerful because the first skill is an AoE knockup and a shield. Second move is another knockup. Third move is a defense up. Those are very, very powerful effects for things like this. The issue being, if you're chasing someone, even if you're on a fast mount, they're on a slow mount, and you use an ability, he targets he targets where the player was when you cast the skill, not where they are when it lands. So as long as they keep running, you're not going to hit. So that leads me to the next point, is on your Soul Link, you kind of want a targeted use monster like what's the Water Ifrit, because he throws a blast that goes at the target. Point, click, done. And it's using a Soul Link is going to take you off your mount, but it's also going to take them off their mount and hit them for damage with a pretty decent range. You kind of have to play with it to figure out what monsters have good range. Some people are keeping Sekhmet on Soul Link, and that is powerful because Cleaves with Dark or Life After Death, Endures, or Theomars after he goes to 0, you'll be able to strip and then do damage. Same thing with Juno. The problem comes in if there's some counterplay to that. And what I mean by that is Sekhmet and Juno both rain down damage from the sky, so they can dodge or move out of that circle. That doesn't make them bad by any means, but there is counterplay to this, which is something very, very interesting for this game mode. What a lot of people are doing is they're rushing to the middle, teaming up with allies, and then running around picking off people, and then going in a group of 3 to 5 people to cap points when they're at 1,500 or more points. What you also want to do is have things like Tion or Vanessa or any reviver, because once your monster is killed in this game mode, even if you're killed and respawn at your respawn point, they're still dead for that timer. Interestingly enough, when the match starts, there is either 1 or 2 golems wandering around on the map. They will show up on an individual monster symbol on the minimap, and whoever kills it, there is 1,800 points immediately that get spread between the people who killed it. Whoever hit it first, I believe. I haven't been in a situation where I hit first, they killed it last. I believe it's whoever killed it first, hit it first. If it dies, they get it. It could also be whoever hit it last. It's been very, very hard to test that because it's something people rush at immediately. Let me know in the comment section down below if I got that wrong. But I really hope this targeting system helped you out, knowing the numbers of the picks helped you out, and even busting up those barrels when you're walking around. If you're in a lull, like no one wants to spawn out, if you're having if you're a guard or something and you're just trying to win, you're not worried about the points, then that would really, really help you out. Something that's also important to know is there are 2 MVPs for your team. There is, let me show you the point breakdown right here. So right here we have the battlefield breakdown. Does a quick thing to kind of tell you what's going on. You have to have at least 500 points to get rewards from the match. So if you AFK, you get 0. If you only did like the first, if you pick your first thing, go turn it in, the 150 I just showed you, nothing. You have to have at least 500 points. uh, you can get sky stones for defeating the. So if you kill someone to take their stones, as well as counting towards a kill towards your rank, you can only do that 5 times per match. That's to limit like feeding or whatnot, because if you and me queue up at the same time, you can queue up with 2 allies, but if we queue up at the same time, we can try to make it so we're on opposite teams, and let's say you're on a team of 3 people, each of you let me kill each of you 3 times, I have 15 kills. No one wants that to happen. The winning team gets 10,000 sky stones, 3 victory seals, and 50,000 gold. You get the rank 1, rank 2, and rank 3 get additional sky stones and victory seals, as well as whoever's the MVP. There are 2 MVPs per team, one for the most kill points and another for the most turn-in points. So that can be the same person, but that will be losing MVP status. So they will get 800 sky stones and an extra victory seal if they're on the winning team and are MVP. Then we look at the losing team. So even if you lose, you go in, you get your 500 points, and you AFK. You're looking at 3,500 sky stones, a victory seal, and 25,000 gold. A pretty good chunk of gold. Rank 1, some sky stones, a victory seal, but rank 2 and rank 3 get sky stones, no seal. The 2 MVPs get 400 sky stones, 1 victory seal, and 1 victory seal per battlefield achievement earned. So that'll be the MVP, whatnot. That's to say that you can't be both MVPs. You can show up as both MVPs, but you do not get the rewards as both MVPs. Let me know in the comment section down below if this helped you guys out and what monsters you're bringing to the battlefield. Till next time, guys.